Hi, my name is Manoli and I am a One Piece card game content creator, and I recently just got back from Bandai Card Fest in Las Vegas, aka One Piece Nationals, where I was lucky enough to participate in the finals. Now, I'm sure a lot of you who keep up on social media have seen many things about the Bandai Card Fest throughout the years. Typically seeing things such as very tough competition, getting to meet a lot of friends that you only know from online in person, and of course, lines, and more lines. Let me tell you, if there's one thing that it is guaranteed in life, it is death, taxes, and lines at Bandai Card Fest, and I was a victim of that, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Admittingly though, with all of this, I actually had a very good time at Bandai Card Fest, but let me break it down to you day by day, what my experience was like going to One Piece Nationals as a participant. But before we really get into the midst of this, I would really appreciate if you could please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the above on whatever platforms you're watching this on. Mwah. Starting off with day one, it was very simple. We flew into Las Vegas. I ended up getting an Airbnb with a couple of friends from New York. And really, aside from just grocery shopping and chilling out, it was a lot of play testing the night before. 5 of the 8 of us were actually participating in LCQ, or Last Chance Qualifier. That means you're playing in a tournament to get into the main event on Saturday. So there's a lot of practice, a lot of grinding, most of them playing Black Croc, which is a very sneaky good deck if you know how to pilot it. But to be honest with you, that was kind of, I guess, the gist of our first day there. Now going on to Friday. Now this is the big day for quite a lot of people. A lot of people fly in to participate in LCQ. I was lucky enough to already have my invite. That means I was lucky enough to have the free day, and for competitors who are already in the finals, they actually get a competitor exclusive retail day. What up, baby?
Holy cannoli, is that my boy Manoli?
Good to see you, my mans.
Dude, it's me, Iron Man.
I show up to Nats and this guy just sticks a camera in my face.
You're sticking a camera in my face?
No, wait a minute. He asked me what's a great tip for new One Piece players. I'm gonna put in just his into mine.
Actually, just keep playing the game and you'll get better. That's it. Literally, repetition.
That is actually a really good tip. It's just practice. It's crazy.
Yeah, literally, just practice.
See, we're going cam reception here. See, now you're just gonna film me while I'm filming him. This is what we call content creating maxing. This is what it's all about.
Okay, so I got here at 7 a.m. and I have an invite. We're not letting any invitees line up until 11. The long story short is hopefully we'll just hop in right into the line right when all the LCQ players, because they're still getting LCQ players in right now.
I'm just very excited for Line Simulator for the next 3 hours. It's gonna be great. And here is where I will say my first complaint on lines at Bandai Card Fest. At 11 a.m. is where the real problems start. That is when we began forming the line. We're standing in a corral of people. I'm scared. Now, before I get into the negative side of things, I actually will say it was actually kind of a fun experience at first. A lot of people waiting in lines, a lot of people realized we're gonna be sitting there for a while. So what that meant was people actually laying out and getting practicing on the concrete. If you're ever worried about not having enough practice, just know it's because of you. You can always practice if you want to. If you're committed enough, you can practice. These dudes are grinding on the streets. We're getting after it.
I can swing 5-5 into most things.
Honestly, if you can't beat them, join them. Now, once the line started moving, we actually ended up getting into the convention center, and this is where I ran into the first of my 2 biggest gripes of the day. The first being the pre-registration desk. They only had 4 employees checking people in for literally hundreds of participants. Now, if you were smart enough to register your deck the night before, you actually got a QR code to help you kind of fast track the line. For the people like me who didn't do that, you had to manually put in your Bandai code with employees. Now, I think this would be less of a problem if, they had 3 of the 4 people manually putting in the Bandai codes. Instead, it was the other way around, having 3 people, 3 employees, 3/4 of the people scanning QR codes, which is without a doubt the fastest way of doing things. And instead, for all the poor suckers like me who had to manually input everything, they had 1 poor soul doing it, which took forever. And I really do feel for the people who are even further behind me that had to wait God knows how long. Once I finally got through that, though, is when the real problems started. We went up the escalator and we started waiting in the real line, the real final boss. Just lines and lines and lines and lines and lines and lines. Rooms of lines, extra rooms of lines. Well, at least we're in a badge. I guess we're in. I waited over 8 hours, an entire work shift, just to buy merch, which I find insane. Listen, I'm not a logistics specialist. I've never put on an event, but there surely has to be a faster way of getting people through this line. I am actually blessed. I feel bad complaining about it. I waited 8 hours and was in the last line to get the elusive Nami mat. It was just a very grueling day, many crash outs, and honestly, I do appreciate the copers who are waiting in line that decide to start gambling the participation packs.
Halfway.
7, I heard that's bad.
6. Checking his chips.
Oh, we're back?
He's up one. He's up one. This is next level degeneracy.
We've hit our level of boredom.
Casino, baby.
That was actually probably the highlight of my day and gave us a lot of energy to keep going. I will share my haul with you though, because I did not get out empty-handed. I of course managed to get the elusive Nami mat. I'm very blessed for that. I got this absolutely beautiful Dragon Ball playmat. I also managed to get a bunch of exclusive sleeves that I was very excited to see there. I got the premium card collection binder that's exclusive to Bandai Card Fest, and I absolutely love these, especially the Luffy and Leo cards that I think just look beautiful. I got this Elbaf Luffy's figurine, and a big shout out to Min Hootie who picked up this Kagurabachi playmat for me after saying that I wanted it because he was unable to get the Nami mat. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. I really feel for you here. I just think it's wild that I got in line 2 hours before LCQ started, and I was still in line an hour after it ended before I actually got my product. Now it is on to what I would consider the biggest day, without a doubt. It is finals day, Saturday of Bandai Card Fest. Now you may be asking, what did I bring? Well, I'll show you what deck I played and also what I actually keep in my TCG bag for a day like this. I decided to play Blue Yellow Boa because what better place to gamble on your life than in Las Vegas, Nevada. I had my deck sleeve in these beautiful, what I call fiance sleeves that my wonderful fiance Sabrina got me for Christmas, and I was hoping to bring me good luck. Spoiler alert, it unfortunately was not as much luck as I needed. My dice tin is from Wimmy Bear, and of course the die inside, the Perona die from Wimmy Bear herself, and my Luffy die from Jules Senpai. The playmat I decided to use for the tournament was my King of the Pirates mat from Nen Garden, and then of course things like hand sanitizer, portable chargers, things of that nature, just to keep track of everything. Now going into the finals, I actually felt very loose, very limber, and honestly a little bit confident. I was feeling good. I liked the way that Boa felt, and I thought I had a pretty good grasp on the deck, but well, I'll let myself take it away. All right, round one's pairing. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna pray we gamble high in Las Vegas. I sit down, and of course right next to me, oh God, I'm going over. I played you in my first One Piece local.
Yes, absolutely.
You were the kindest people. The kindest people kept me playing. And who are you on?
I'm on Boa today.
Would you look at that?
Tag team. The Boa Bros.
Hey guys, you wanna get it?
Yeah.
Guys, good luck, have fun out there. We're gonna have a good day today.
Yeah,
we're gonna have fun today. Unfortunately, round one lost to UP Luffy. Triple Roger couldn't find a pudding. It is what it is. I think I played as optimally as I could, and if he gets the high roll, that's showbiz. We move on, we're gonna keep it going. It's too early to drop. Round two pairings up, feeling fine, feeling loose. It's a simple plan. You just win out. When you start 0-1 and then win 9 rounds in a row, you just get to tell people you're X1. You don't have to give details, you don't need to do asterisks. You just go 9-1. Round three, we did get a big morale boost. I steamrolled respectfully an ace. We have Bobby here, we have Jory Bobby. Honestly, one die roll, high rolled like hell. Got the vibes back up, we're feeling good. The guy was very nice, he was very cool. It was fun to play against him. And I hope he does well.
I rolled his ass.
I did high roll his ass. All right, we're on to round three. Mwah.
Feel nice.
Well, let me tell you how my rounds went. They went about as bad as they could. 2 wins. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Felt a little rough at the end, but honestly, already came to terms with it. I actually had a lot of fun. Everyone I played was very, very nice. I think because we're all in the same boat of just continuously losing, but trying to hit that top 5-12. It could be worse though. Honestly, I had a great time. I'm glad I came, and we still have a whole other day tomorrow. Though I did have a very rough day, I am shell-shocked at how good of a time I had, and I just decided to go home and just decompress with my friends, and we actually had a very ungodly rip session. Ripping 6 illustration boxes and 3 PRB2 boxes. We did manage to raise our spirits a bit with some very fun hits.
Oh, Gold Roger, Gold God.
Wait, I said nothing. I talked shit.
You saw the Dawn, you're like, trash.
Trash, just kidding. No way, no way. I pulled this from the first one. I'm gonna place that.
Really funny.
Ooh.
Alter Marco?
Alter Marco.
Let's go.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
I never speak ill of PRB2.
Gold Usopp Dawn. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I picked it out. Oh, another
Bobby. Dude. Now going into the final day of Bandai Card Fest, Sunday. I ended up playing a side event and ended up going 3-1 with Boa, just giving her a good little last hurrah. It was actually a very nice time. I met some more friends playing along with that. I also managed to run into Wimmy Bear in person. So I have been like posting on, trying to be very active on the One Piece Twitter for like literally the last year and have had no luck. I'm like, damn, this Twitter game is harder than I thought.
I've seen him post like almost daily, and I always wonder like, why does he censor his posts, right?
I learned that I've had an NSFW tag on every single photo that I post for a year, and nobody told me until Wimmy.
I told him one time, I was asking him, I was like, wait, you're trying to grow your Twitter, why is every one of your posts censored?
Nobody told me
No
for
one
a
told you
year.
For a whole year, that's crazy.
We're gaming now. Thank you though, Wimmy. Me and my friends Jewelry Bobby and Mike decided to cap off the night by going to the Win Buffet, having ourselves a nice little send-off dinner, and walking down the strip.
For us, as TCG playing professionals, a line like this is nothing. We body lines like this every day. We get products. We get first in place. Just a guy, PRB2. I can wait in this line for a buffet.
Type shit. Type shit. Caviar with a potato chip for a guy like me.
Wow.
This is worth.
I'm so glad we did this instead of In-N-Out.
Now I am, of course, back home, feeling now refreshed, clear mind, clear thought, and ready to share what I would say are my final thoughts, pros and cons of Bandai Card Fest Las Vegas. The pros. It was an amazing experience getting to just play in such a large event. It is, of course, what I would consider the highest level of One Piece card game tournaments in the United States of America, and it was an honor to be able to even get my way there and participate. It was honestly just so cool and fun being able to meet a lot of new and old friends that I've met in this hobby, and being able to actually get my hands on some of this very elusive product obviously makes it all the sweeter. It honestly felt like a very surreal way of capping off my first year in the One Piece card game. This being my first TCG ever, and honestly, it's just taken a stranglehold on me. I can't even process it. Now, what I would say the cons of all this. They don't call it Bandai Line Fest for nothing. Lines, 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 and more lines. This has been a very common complaint from what I've seen over various Bandai Card Fests, and I just need some logistics company, whatever store is putting these on, to figure it out, man. I'm sorry. There just has to be a better way of doing things. Whether it's not cheaping out and hiring more day of employees, whether it's figuring out ways to streamline these processes, I don't know. I don't have the answers, but somebody needs to figure it out, because this was truly, waiting in those grueling lines, a miserable experience to my core. The other thing, and I'm going to be honest here, merch. I really think it's awful that people have to wait 8 hours in line for exclusive merch, and most of it gets sold out within the first, I'm gonna say, quarter of the people there. I get it's skill issue. I get it, so you need to get in line earlier, but it just feels bad to me. Especially being in the last row of people that was lucky enough to get the Ami mat, and turning around and seeing people that I waited with for 8 hours, talked with, and grinded with. To see them walk away without that just felt bad to me. And I truly do feel for them. Outside of lines of merch, which is always the biggest complaint, I actually had an absolutely lovely time. The fact that I could say I went 2-6 in Nats and honestly walked away with a smile on my face is, I think, really something to behold and something to appreciate. And I can say wholeheartedly that I will definitely be trying to go to another Bandai Card Fest in the future. I really appreciate it if you watch this whole video. Thank you so much for sticking around. I would obviously appreciate it if you could like, comment, share, subscribe. And of course, thank you for joining me on this journey. I want to keep making more long form content, and I hope to see you along for the ride. Thank you all so much. Cheers, my friends. Mwah.
Let's zoom in.